just listening to the music a little bit. Welcome back to Wildermyth. It's been a little while, so I don't really remember where we were. Let's find out where we were. I finished my vacation. I'm back home. Vacation. I finished my trip, and I'm back home. And I thought I should probably go ahead and start recording this again so that I don't forget about it entirely. So, let's see, we needed to scout, go down to that spot, and that's basically everything. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this with everybody. It'll go faster that way. Yes. Oh. I paused. It was like, oh, he's recovered from his wounds. What do you want to do something? No. What do we got? Fabric's always good, and bonus damage cloak. Yeah. That Pegret. And then we're going to go scout with everybody. Oh dear. So calamities, the enemies advance their plans. The Gorgons are the main enemy in this one, so every time I run into Roe, I run into twice the number of them. I don't think it's worth giving up a legacy point for that, so we'll keep it. What was this? Okay, sure. Everybody go do that instead. Hunters need help. Sure. There we go. Completed. Alright, so this was... Oh, this was Buster's thing. He should be here for this. Let's see how much I've forgotten. Get into the mind space of Buster. Looks like the right spot. There's a waterfall. That pile of rocks. Now aha! Is it just this? Well, actually, it looks to be in good shape. Ooh. Warrior armor. I'm gonna give it to Buster just because he's the one who technically found it. Alright. Start heading back this way. Hooray! After some days of hard work, the job is complete. Time for a well-deserved rest. Got some hides. Oh, there's a thing down here too. Goodness. Let's go. Lockwords. Some kind of basement over here. Careful, Hermione. Could come in the morning, right? They've been late all day. Late rising, late on the trail, late to recognize sunset, and late spotting this ruin. It's the remains of a smallish structure, and it rests on a cleared rocky slope where trees find little purpose. Pegret? What do you know about this area? All I've heard is that it used to be more thickly settled. Someone was born here. Oh, an ancestor of the pumpkin guy. You know the guy with the pumpkins in Narrowbask? Pretty cramped for a fire, guys. Ash on the floor? Someone worked at this table. Knife lines, stains of sediment. It's chalk. What are these hash marks? And what's in the box? Remember, there's that verse in Opal Night when Spira comes to the Umber Ladies' Hall. Past the opened portal, shadows packed like ravens plumed, dimming all discovery, sharply dark and darkness doomed. Spira's sparklight shimmered spent, snuffed, dispelled, left all englued. This place isn't like that, I guess, but nowhere's poem perfect. I do love the night verses. Used to dream myself into them sometimes. The box is puzzle locked. One of those magic puzzle locks. Oh, is it words or numbers? Words. Thank all gods. Remind me how these function. Bygone generations were bonkers for these things. Puzzle locks. Lockwords, they called them. The words or phrases that'd spring the box open. The magic lock presents a prompt with a clear slate to write an answer. The wise wanderer finds home where blank. From the looks of this place, owner didn't do much wandering. Bleh. Well, air's turning out better than I thought. Could cook dinner and make a night of it. Chalk some guesses? We've still got those wild peppers, don't we? Do we? I hope not. They haul their gear down the slippery stairs. Zarn takes it on himself to clear the blocked chimney pipe. An eye full of gunk later, he's done it. Pegret's absorbed in a book she digs up. It's full of creative geology. Hermione makes a fine soup, spicy and sweet. They shout and scribble guesses in the meantime. Who comes up with the correct lock words? Hermione's correct word would be, where her books prove too many to haul. Zarn would say, where he's earned one, and Pegret, where others wish to go. I mean, it's a tribute, so let Mom have it. Click. That was really it? You don't deserve that. Here you all are, searched up and down. Our scouting trip got cut short. Gorgons are closing in. Come on. At least he found us. Whoops. Oh, Zarn, what's in my box? Looks like some odds and ends. Might be something worthwhile. Of course there is. It's my box. A belt of attunement. Yeah, absolutely. Alright. So, let's see. Got 2 row, a rager, a raccoon, and a bogmore. All 5 of my people are here. Let's have Hermione go and open the door. Yeah. Let's, I usually have the hunter open the door because the hunter can shoot at some enemies when they show up. Yeah. Still. Got the raccoon. Those things are irritating. there's an update, so now all the Gorgons leave this behind when they get hurt. The corruption, which is not pleasant. It. And just move up. I'm going to wait for some of that corruption to go away. There we go. Okay. Let's sneak around the corruption squares. Silk step. Door. I don't see anything. Let's see. There's no other door in there, so the other enemies must be this way. Okay, there we go. Alright, in this case, Jimbo should open the door so the Pegret can interfuse with something. And then, let's see. Discus. Shoot, dodged. Well, I didn't want it to do that. Is shredding the armor. That's what's happening. It doesn't really matter. But the Bogmores have a tongue attack that can drag you to it, so. Nicely done, kitty. No. Oh, I think it would have done damage. Huh. Not entirely sure why that's happening, but we're gonna get it. Oh. Possibly because it explodes. Maybe that's it. I'm not entirely sure, but... Oh boy, they're rivals. Sure, why not? Buster has grown stronger. I feel like wisdom doesn't suit Buster's personality. Stalwart, on the other hand, or engage. So Thundering Challenge lets him force enemies to run away from him. Engage lets him force enemies to target him. Stalwart. Jimbo's got Stalwart. Buster's got Claws. He'll engage people. Upgrade Elementalist. See how that goes. Range upgrade is pretty good. Rogue is pretty good. I'm gonna go with Rogue this time. Ooh, a shield. Buster needs a shield. A shield and frying pan. Right? Whatever tomorrow brings. The last Gorgon falls to the Legion of the Frog at Benjamin Air Engine. All right back there, Jimbo? Jimbo? Over here, Pegret. Are you hurt? Still alive? For a minute there, it looked like I might not make it out of that one. Don't even joke about that. I wouldn't know what to do without you watching my back out here. Hey, Pegret, relax. I'm not going anywhere if I can help it. But what if you can't help it someday? What if one of us is too slow or the enemy is too strong? That's the risk we take, isn't it? To save others? What brought this on, Pegret? Perfect. Romance, that's what he was hoping for. Jimbo laces his fingers through Pegret's with a shy smile. I don't know for certain what fate might have planned for either of us, but right now, love, you've got me. Whatever struggle tomorrow brings, I'll be happy to face it by your side. Yay! Tribute complete. True Gorgon! Oh dear. That can be dangerous. Okay, let's see. We're going to find an item. I'm going to have both my... No. I'm going to have my mystics be the ones who work on this. I'm going to scout with the other three. Yeah. Alright. We're going to patrol. Oh no, there's an incursion. Right. Everybody get back here. We're going to secure the site. Block. 45. 62 or 52. Buster needs some block. And then prepare defense. Try for tier 2 before the Gorgons get here. But so these little shields are the defenses. Alright, we'll go for tier 3. Why not? The Gorgons will get there first, but yeah, there they are. Okay, so I can no longer prepare defenses, I have to defend. Here we go. The Gorgons have come. Rotten odors roil thick as steam. An ululating animal moan is born on the air. It grows and grows with the thunder of mismatched feet. How should the defenders respond? Lack of options can be a good thing. We can charge into battle, take the fight to them, or use our knowledge of the land, harry their approach, or stay hidden until the last moment, fight with cunning. So there's a percentage chance for each of these to be good for me, and if I fail it, it's bad for me. Let's try the best percentage chance here. As the opposing numbers become obvious, the cry for courage dies in their throats. This could be the last battle they fight. The little militia quavers around them. Well, that didn't go well. That was a failure. +1 hit points for all foes. Okay, so this is what is out there initially. 2 raccoons, a rager, a true Gorgon, a bogmore, and 2 roe. And every turn or every other turn, enemies will show up. Until a certain point when they stop showing up, and then I have to kill everybody that's left. So, tier 2 defenses mean I have this little shack that's defendable. There's a couple things like the campfire and some defensive barriers around. Oh, there's a second shack. And then there's a fence here, and basically I can kind of channel the enemies through the center area. They might come down from here, but I also have two farmers, Markdra and Ilala. Oh, and also I get a tier 2 volley of arrows every other round. So volley of arrows does this giant red square. Not gonna do that yet. You've got a sword. You've got an axe. So maybe just scout. There is somebody back there. Alright. Buster, I think we'll move you back this way to deal with that thing. Getting some out of practice. Oh dear. Volley of arrows, that one. Between 3 and 20 damage. I think it might be worth it. Archers! 11 damage. Totally worth it. Infuse with the lantern. Oh no. Steel fire. Okay, so the Bogmoor's up north. There's another Rager down here. I don't know where the row are. Pegret can come hide behind this and interfuse with this, which will give me a little bit more. Oh, I can. Good. And then we're going to move Hermione. There's the row. Out of range. So we're going to silk step so that she's hidden. And then Jimbo's going to... We killed the raccoon. Jimbo's going to run up this way. This way too. Where you think you're going? Jerk. Just running through my terrain. Oh, there's a raccoon. Yeah, 28% chance you're not going to hit that thing. Buster, move over one. 40% chance. Oh no, you know what? We're gonna Thunder and challenge you. Yeah, it's got. I bet the corner of the building is giving it cover. try to ambush it. I think it has to move. Yeah, it had to move. Yeah. Ow. Stupid corruption. Ow. My farmer. Stupid thing. I think it must be the explosion. If it dies. Okay, that's good. Oh, hi Zarma. Kind of forgot about you. We're going to wild grasp that. Yes, down it goes. This might be all the enemies there are this time. We're just going to burn the raccoons to death. It's just the Rager and the Bogmore, which has 1 hit point left, and I cannot quite reach it. So, go hide. You're a farmer. You're going to be brave, though. Nice block. Goodness. You can see I'm going to need more help over here. Barrage is not going to be enough. It's not even like... Alright, can we get a volley of arrows? We can, but you are going to want to move out of the way. Maybe it's bugging out with the cat. Maybe that's what's happening. I really don't know why it keeps giving me that warning. Alright, everybody else, run over to the other side. I think this is the last of them. Interesting choices. For the farm. And that was defending an incursion. Oh, jeez. More raccoons. Although that does take out the what you call it. What do you call it? Infestation. That's the word. Alright, I'm going to send 3 people to do this. We've got Jimbo. I'm going to send Jimbo and Pegret and Hermione. Oops. the thing. Buster should do this. Zarn. Go run over there and do that. Which popped up, apparently. Ooh. Pegret and Hermoine went in search of an exile. Okay. Pegret never told anyone. In fact, she often wondered whether it had truly happened at all. A death curse had been laid on her head as a girl, the words of some weird witch whose wrath had been stirred. A vulture voice shrieked in Pegret's sleep, visiting often on nights of a shadowed moon. Many years went by. As summers piled up, Pegret began to feel a clutching hand at her heart. And at last, she confided in someone. She chose a friend, a woman with whom she'd fought battles and beaten dire odds. Cottage is just up this way. Don't hesitate to say anything, if you're worn down. I don't think it's hitting me that way yet. They travel to the whispered home of an exile, an old mystic reputed to have studied curses and their counters. I do wonder. I wonder what it implies. An exile who tinkers in curses. I see what you're saying. Why were they exiled, right? And should that matter? I think we ostracize people sometimes just because they see things differently. And tonight, I feel like we could use that, an uncommon perspective. What's this lady called? Romata? What's the name I heard? Romata Lackmane. Trees? Is the wakeful trees again, all mumbling and moth-peppered? From the far side of the cottage, her creaky voice bleats. Is it trees or the breezes between them, or the hare or the proud owl, muttering to mock my ears on this most markless night? Whatever you be, lostlings or doggons, or even a man o' bones, if you creep hankering to my cottage door, be warned, I'm no morsel for a tooth, nor treasure for a... It's none of those things, it's just us. Which ones are us? Oh! Then her lantern light finds their faces. And a laugh spills from her, a burbly, wet, warm laugh. Oh, is it two couth travelers? Oh, come inside, it's late, but my stove's going. There's pig feet pickled 9 years, chicken all chap and simmer. They tell this exiled mystic about Pegret's curse as chicken cooks in the bluish bath. Curses, hexes, are really extensions of nature, agents of a wild will, like beasts, like fire, eating, breathing, destroying. Once a curse is spun into motion, it follows the course of chaos. The trick then is to trap it, to lure it out of the life it circles and bind it within new bounds. Sure, I know how to do this, but the cost is always steep. We're low on alternatives, so I think we'll do what you propose. If you are set on it, then there's somewhere you must go, and you may not well enjoy it, what you find there, but you are to retrieve something, a stone. A stone that was buried in a cave well hidden. There are few objects of power in this world fit to be a home, a prison, for a curse. The Dwemerald stone, green and bright. Hope that I am the only one who knows its location. So I can either leave on the quest or say, something feels off. You know what? Nothing ever came from not doing a quest. Let's see. Buster. Okay, so Jimbo's still working on the bridge. But I kind of want him to come, so let's go. We'll send Buster and Zarn to deal with the bridge. Extra tongue range. Oh, Geist. We're not going to do a Geist right now. I'll cancel something. Pegret and Hermoine have arrived. Where Ramada inked their map, an unremarkable tunnel mouth opens. I'm not set on going through with this. Not all in a rush, anyway. Don't feel guilty. I practically had to drag you here, didn't I? Water rubbed this cave into the soft parts of the planet. There's a good, cool air, a strange, ancient smell. Notice the aroma? That smoke of old incense, it's moon spice, burnt in antiquity for a blessed burial. That's what I've been smelling. They burn it in Narrowbask for winter moon. Oh yes, sometimes then too. Wait, are you saying it means something specifically? Or are you just commenting on stuff again? No, or I don't know. I can't quite explain it. Down through the dimming narrows of the cave they stoop, until Hermione pulls up. Half-broken wall here, made by people. There they squeeze sidelong between decaying stonework. Absence of a door implies the builders had no intention to return. Generally, that makes sense. If you're storing a hoard of, say, it's stolen gems, you don't provide an easy point of access. Ambient light seeps from mineral veins in the next chamber. How old is it, though? This mortar comes away like cake paste. Actually, this maybe unites the pieces of the puzzle for me. She said it was buried. I didn't think she meant buried. It reads, Everlasting rest now cradles our bright hero Arya Anastalis, who tore our world from the talons of a hungry evil and gave her life to free us from tyranny. So this jewel we're meant to find, it has to be interred with her bones? So we can either not do this, or we can dig carefully. And I always feel bad about digging up old heroes' bones, so we're not going to do it. So they leave without the treasure they've been sent for. The tomb earth remains undisturbed. That hermit woman must have known, or anticipated something that we'd be challenged by. Pegret. We're being too... what are these compunctions for? Who are we helping by leaving your hope down there? There's interesting notions about the metaphysical world. I'm not convinced of anything, but I'm not convinced of nothing. Anyway, I think this is better. They decide on their next destination by dusk. They trace their steps back to the home of Ramada Lachmain, seeking answers. Maybe it'll be fine. Old Ramada, hermit woman of the woods, we've returned. Who creeps by daylight to my lonely cot? Who? Be it a trouble-bent chipmunk, the old summer gale? Or, oh, it's these puddlewits. Your task wasn't easy, Ramada. We crossed wild country and battled the elements to reach that cavern. You sound as if you found it. We entered the cave. We stood before a monument. And yet you disappoint me. I sent you return without the thing I sent you for. The one thing that mattered about all of this. You sent us to desecrate a tomb, a historical burial site. I told you the task would be distasteful. Has to be something else, a different kind of thing to find. Sweetheart, no. No and no again no. I need the Dormeraldine prison that contains my higher essence and the balance of my fathomless power. Oh. That does sound fairly unique. So canter back and fetch it while the year is not decayed. While your friend still lives, it would be a good time to go. Don't I know your voice? It's shy, almost involuntary, the question stumbling out of her. The meeting of their eyes can't be forever delayed. Me? My voice? The recognition comes in that grudging glance. How many times on a night of no moon had Pegret woken with a murmur in her ear, the whispering of an absent woman's lips? The whisper would rise in pitch as it went away, receding as if on wings, and become a phlegmy, far-off shriek haunting the rafters. I've heard your words, your strange words in the darkness, crackling, a voice climbing to the sky, the voice of the one who is pretty awful for her age. Pegret, wait, you mean this is my curse comes from her? What? No, that's weird. That would be smart if it was me, but because... Oh, fine, yes, okay, I'm your curse mother. And you may as well know it all at this point. My name isn't Ramada Lachmain. Why would it be? No, call me Volta. Volta of Grey Mountain. For I am the Vulture Queen herself! In the charred and sun-run days before the... Wait, you're getting this, right? You understand what I'm doing? You're explaining the thing. Alright, perfect. So, in the charred and sun-raw days before the rise of the Tree Talkers, the Star Watchers, and the wave-wandering poets, in those scorched and beautiful days, I was Volta of Grey Mountain. Volta, who conquered all the lands and peoples within my span. My soldiers were plentiful as the stones, and I stooped over every town, farm, and tower, plucked every goblet of joy that pleased me. Crazy, you think? My reign would have lasted forever, except for our hero, the woman in the tomb, the statue. An acne-scarred pinestrel is what she was, Aria Anastalis, her bad and cumbersome name. She played at paying me tribute. Came low-tailed under my perch like a strood, only as I looked in the gem that she offered, she then dealt me a blow that would kill a mortal. So by some power's hand, the great balance of myself poured from me. My essence was imprisoned within that jewel for eternity, and I began my wingless exile. Cast clattering down the mountain, a marrowless bone. Little to no memory thereafter of what I'd been. I had to remember forcibly through an embattling fog, over eons. Ever heard something like this? How long ago are we meant to believe this all happened? Oh, my body. This shell that prattles before you. It dies, but it always resolves again. To life. Call it my curse. I'm almost powerless now. Over millennia, I've roved. For untold stretches of time, I was so weak I could barely eat. But I did hunger. Hunger was all I had. Yet you found the strength to curse me, unless that's another lie. Ah, yes. Yes, around the time you were a child, Pegret, a mighty quake split the earth. The sealed chamber wherein Anastalis was buried with my powers must have broken open. This allowed some of my strength to seep back to me. Unfortunately, the hallowed tomb still repelled my gaze, my steps, my efforts to attack it. Believe it or not, a certain slant of the spell meant that only well-meaning hands could draw the stone from its place. Ingeniously, then, I laid a curse on a child. On me. Right. The idea being, as demonstrated, to set in motion a pure-seeming quest that would serve my ultimate ends. And it's really going to kill her? Once retrieved, I would bind the curse into the gem in place of my own. Oh, the curse? Probably. Unless the curse's caster is I guess I should stop, saying things. Anyway, thanks for listening, my sadlings. You may journey on, if you wish. I, won't stop you. The Exile. This hermit moves strugglingly up to fight, unfazed even by the prospect of death. I have a cat. Goodbye. So passes... who? Volton, wasn't it? Volter? Thank you for taking this weird road with me. I'm good calling it done, even if the curse isn't broken. I'm tired and you're tired. Well, do we burn the house? They don't. They leave it like a grave marker and go. And peace follows with a turning ear, deaf sleep where once a voice pecked and burrowed. Pegret will find that she knows it for sure one day, that the curse, whatever weight it may have carried, is gone. And somehow, in the wild, 20 long seasons later... That was the best one yet. Suppose we must try again. Bluehorn Mystic. So, long reach, +1 range with all attacks and abilities. Or Indignance, which is amazing. 2 true damage to hostile creatures who enter adjacency for any reason. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, back to it. Yay. Add you to the task. Yay. A variety. Add use to the task. task. Alright, everybody meet up again. We're going to do one more thing. And then we're going to finish the chapter. And then probably the video. Passageway open across the mountains. Alright, everybody. Go help the library. Yay! Spell threads, fantastic. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and patrol because this is the last fight of the chapter. But I can keep. Oh, good lord. Fine. Those two keep going. The others patrol. Okay. So that's that. Now we're going to do this last task. Really? No. No to that. Okay. There we go. If I was faster, I wouldn't have quite so much trouble with the fights. Alright. Now get back here, and then we're going to do the last fight. And that'll be the end of the chapter. There we go. Right? Nothing else to do? Nothing else to do? We're good? All good. Okay. Here we go. None of us knew what had changed the beasts who roamed our wilds. We knew something lived inside them. Blue, burning hate that frenzied them, then left them still. A stone sentence, worse and more deadly than any venom. Today, we finally found out where it came from, and why it wouldn't stop. Well, Dim Rain Glen looks mostly intact, but we should still stay ready. Zarn, anything? I don't know. You're right, though. We should stay together, at least. Personally, I'm done expecting things to go smoothly. Yeah, I'm with you. Their approach to the town of Dim Rain Glen is completely silent. Alright, here's the town. No cards for enemies. So let's see what's going on. Empty house. Empty house. There's like a statue there. Interesting. Let's see. Put you there. And then Hermione is gonna come. Actually, let's have Jimbo run up there. And then Hermione can silk step. Alright. Oh dear. And now we see the stakes, don't we? This is what will happen? And how many more are there? There's tracks. They go up to that barn door. Wait, shh. You hear that? Whatever did this could still be inside. Alright. Bogmore, Rachel, Raccoon, and True Gorgon. There's the Gorgon. So the trouble with triggering it, I knew this was happening. The trouble with triggering it that early is that my people are a little more spread out than they otherwise could be. Let's see. I wonder if I can just real fast. Oh, but it's not it. No discus. Can I discus you? Okay. So that's the rear taken care of. No troubles there. The cart and Splinter Blast. Oh, we can't. Jimbo's going to run up there. Cover. I think there's probably something in this house. Alright, Buster, you're going to check that out. Okay, there's definitely something in that house. There is something in this house. Run away! Yes. Pinned. And down. Alright, and the rest of us have to move this way. What else was there? Was there? Oh, there's something in this house here. That's right. They were knocking at the door. Yeah. With a shot. Let's see if we can't kill that thing before whatever's inside. Splinter Blast, Splinter Blast, just a bunch of Splinter Blasts. Yeah, okay. And then these two, let's move this way. Hey, that was nice. No dear. Alright. Withdraw from that. Don't need any more. We're going to run over this way. Cat for the win. Ow, my armor. It's shredded. Alright, gonna take Buster a little bit to catch up, but Miney, can you kill it? Thank you. Alright, and now we move to the barn, which is the end of the map. so slow. Actually, hang on. Never mind. Okay, that's probably good enough. Open the door. Oh, a Gorgon. And 2 row. So, normally, if you do this a little faster than I have, this is the first time you see the true Gorgon. Not that it's really a surprise, but... Nobody can see you. Alright, well, we shredded the Gorgon's armor and killed one of the row, so that'll do. Oh, that was fun. 2 indignances and a cat. Alright, finish off the row. Try to sneak up on me. Yay, Jimmy gains levels. Ooh, a spear. Let's see. So, probably not good for you. No knockback, more damage. Good. And Jimbo's gonna get... into negative status effects. I'll go with untouchable. Can't touch this. Is it dead? Do we know how we killed it? Same way we kill everything. It's certainly not your standard plow mule. Sorry, I've totally forgotten what I was doing for Buster's voice. The hulking carcass steams from its many wounds. Hideous convulsions course along its appendages to the extremities of its body. Then... Uh-oh. Ah, Buster, no! No! The thing's tremendous tail flicks across the barn. It plucks up Buster like he's a straw doll, his weapons falling uselessly from his hands as it pulls him in. Buster, don't panic! A voice leaks from Buster's mouth. It's a wrong voice, weird and discordant, like someone fretting and plucking a fiddle who's never picked one up. Still yourselves, bone stacks. This one speaks my words. I can make it die. You are not like to us, weak lungs and small minds, stacks of splintering bones, in blood that will so readily betray you. Why flail for your lives, so noisy? You can survive this, just put him down. You think I flail for life as you do? I am Gorgon, the Master Ulstrix has promised us silence. The voice dissolves into a sound like rain or distant waves. Wriggling grips tighten, a tentacle invades Buster's ear. Stop! Zarn leaps forward, and in an instant, a rusty saw leaps off its iron hooks, metal ribboning and ripping loudly. Stop, I said! The saw slices into the neck of the great beast. Buster falls free of its tendrils. As Pegret, Jimbo, and Hermione rush over to make certain of the Gorgon's demise, Zarn supports Buster, helping him to stand. Are you in pain? A strange, stony affliction spreads from Buster's ear. Buster? This isn't over. I saw its mind. This stone was in its claws. Buster takes the stone from Pegret's palm, turning it in front of his eyes, catching slender sunbeams that slice the barn wall. The strange polyhedral stone is slick with Gorgon blood. Epichrist! Each face is graven with an intricate image. The word in the Gorgon's head was Epichrist. This town? Shoot, I really forgot what I was doing with them. Dimrin Glen, these petrified people, even this monster. What were they all worth in the end? The Epichrist glistens, sticky and blue. The Gorgons have a master. Ulstrix, it's called. It's looking for something, some myth or secret. I think the riddle is in this stone. I think we have to find out what Ulstrix wants and make sure he doesn't get it. Buster's a loner with no charisma. Aw, poor guy. Zarn gets plus 10 retirement age. 10 years of peace follow. We had 1 town, 8 safe tiles, nothing lurking remaining. Oops. Hang on. Froze up there. Come on. Nope. Okay. During the years of peace, the Gorgon's mark grew and crusted over to cover one side of Buster's face. It would be a grim reminder of the encounter that day in the Dimrain Glen barn. Buster went back to the Rook Drain brew house from time to time. He always paid in coin. Pegret and Jimbo's wedding followed river tradition. They placed painted stones in a boat to represent all the cares of their old lives. Then they sent it downstream. The night celebration would carry on long. Inspiration to 100 lovers who came after. This is what I wanted, letting the past go, moving forward together. I feel surprisingly weightless. Happy. Thank you. Hermione spent a month tracking a golden stag. As she finally raised her weapon for the kill, the stag looked her straight in the eyes and laughed. Hermione smiled back and lowered her arm. And now I get the chance to upgrade stuff. So Buster finally actually got a weapon. Let's look at armor first. Hermione... So there's a cost down here. 2 fabrics and 2 hides. I have 8 hides and 13 fabrics. So this is definitely doable. This is a straight upgrade, armor warding and dodge. This one lowers speed and dodge in exchange for better armor, I think. Yeah, we're not going to do that. I could go all in, but not yet. I think just a tier up, that'll do. Let's do it. You can actually rename your items if you want. Let's see, so a common bow ups the damage. I could, let's see, 1 hide, so for 1 extra hide and 2 spell threads, I can give it a element based on what I've all the those little elemental spirits from last time. The ones that I've already caught in previous games let me do these extra stuff. Or I could go with a 2-handed bow for about the same cost. 4 damage. Shoot, I'm losing track. Where am I? 5 damage plus 2 range. But minimum range is much farther out. I think I like just a regular thing. 1 extra fabric. Got tons of those. Let's do it. Okay, and then Jimbo could certainly use some armor. 3 whole armor, or 1 armor and a lot of stunt. No, 4 ingots. Let's hold off on that, actually. He's got a fire axe. I can't upgrade that any further. You're in tier 1. You're in tier 1. You've still just got a regular stick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with a regular wand. looks like I'm missing the water style, so I'm not thinking about anything else, am I? Maybe I'll do a double upgrade here. Yeah. And then that still gives me... Yeah, I can use the ingots for this power. Alright, he's got... fire. Stone pins the enemies. I feel like I should do stone. I'm going to hold off. I'll upgrade him to his spear to stone, or whatever weapon he ends up with to stone. If I can later. I don't have the ingots anymore. And I do not want to pay legacy points for it if I can avoid it. I have a mace for some reason. Yeah, I think that's good. Your two-handed staff. I'm not going to do offhand. Your two-handed bow. Okay, yeah, that's good. Hermione volunteered her free days to deciphering the Epicryst. If this is true, it hasn't always gone smoothly, and progress has mostly dripped along. The meanings of the weird stone have remained inscrutable for years. But today, something in her research slides into place. There's history here, and she can now guess where their enemies might be. It explains why we've had a few years of relative peace. No, you're not getting it. Let me put it more simply. Imagine you're trying to raise an army. What's the first thing you do? Raise an army? Right, an army, out of just normal folks. I suppose I'd offer some kind of reward? Coin, or food, or land? A symbol. You'd want a symbol to rally support, wouldn't you? Especially if your people are ancients and set in their ways. So you're saying our Ulstrix, our master of Gorgons, needs this thing? What is it, some kind of divine spear? As a symbol to help convince the other Gorgons to follow it? Yes, that's what I believe. And why does it need to be that? Why does it need the spear, or why does it need the support of others like it? What is Ulstrix? All interesting questions. What I know is what I learned from the stone in our meager archive. I was able to find other records of epicrysts. Rubbings. That was my first clue. An epicryst is like an ancient storytelling device. A way for telling a time-honored myth, but maybe in a different order or fashion. That's what I think. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting swept up. I checked the story elements here against some of our older legends. You know what that tall tale, kind of a poem or a song in some places, Queen of the Seas? I'm familiar with it, yes. Our stone tells almost the same story. Almost. And according to our version, the spear was laid to rest in a named cavern. It's on one of our maps. So that gives us an advantage, right? We know where it is. But they've got a pretty big head start, so... I don't know if it has anything to do with this, but Gorgon sightings are picking up again. Now seems like a good time for us to get started. We've all changed, remember? All the havoc these things caused and we couldn't stop them. But we're ready this time, aren't we? It's time to pay back our debts. The shadows deepen. All monsters will draw an extra monster card in every battle. And there we go. We're on to the next chapter. We've got some unexplored places around here. I'm kind of glad I built that pass now because there's more over here that I can't reach from down here. And it's relatively hard to get to from up here because that didn't reveal, but this did, which is interesting. And we can do a recruit. There's always a new recruit at the beginning of each chapter. And yeah, the goal is to get here. We think the Gorgons are searching for this place, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to scout and secure the rest of the unknown places. But that will all have to happen next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye.